think I'm on YouTube and Facebook, but I don't know for sure because I don't know what I'm doing. It shows Facebook and YouTube. I don't know. Can y'all? I don't see comments. I wonder how I see comments. It says I'm live on YouTube. Maybe settings, audio. Can y'all hear me? Wait. Okay. Oh, I can touch up my appearance. Let's see. I can make me look better. I am in the floor laughing. Okay, hang on. I was trying to see how to see my comments, so bear with me. Wait, I think I do this. No. Y'all bear with me. Comments. I see it now. Good morning from Diane. Okay, hang on. But is this Facebook or YouTube? Oh, I think I have done it. Okay, I see comments from YouTube and I see comments from Facebook. Cha-ching! Okay. Hang on. Y'all, I'm fancy like that. No, I can't sing. I'll get in trouble. Jane, happy birthday. This video is dedicated to Jane. Today is Jane's birthday, and we are going live for her birthday. Okay, this is the first time I have tried this. I am in high definition, so my picture should look better than it's ever looked in its life. I don't know if that is happening. I would like to know. So if you can tell me if my picture looks better, if you can tell me, let's see what else I need to know. Can you hear me okay? Grab your protein drinks. Let's see. Y'all give me just a minute to read your comments before I get started because I don't want it to sound terrible. And then, can y'all hear me? Picture looks great. Okay, picture and sound looks great. Okay. All right. Oh, why did it do that? Oh, wait, hang on. I hit the wrong button. Dadgummit, I hit reset. Okay. If you have been following me for a long time, this may seem like a broken record, but I need you to bear with me. My YouTube page and my Facebook page is growing like crazy. And so it's important for me to kind of let new people know who the crap I am, right? Like, I can't. I have. So if you've been following me for a while, bear with me right why I repeat myself, okay? And I won't repeat myself big time, but my name is Judy. I'm Sneed's Farmhouse. I started Sneed's Farmhouse in 2020. It has grown leaps and bounds since then. I thank you for joining me this morning. In the mornings, I get ready and go live. I usually end up preaching. It's just part of me because I talk a lot about mental health and balance. So usually what happens is I get ready in the mornings with you guys. I know it seems weird that a farm person would be getting ready in the morning, but my farm is open to the public. And so the only time I have time to get ready is in the mornings. And when I can't go live at my farm because my farm is in the back of my property and my Wi-Fi does not pick up out there. So it's hard for me to go live because I'm so busy. And you'll see this as you follow me. I am in schools. I go into schools and I teach soft skills. And I have field trips come to my farm. So at 10 o'clock, 9:30, I have buses pulling in the driveway, cars pulling in the driveway. So it is very difficult for me to find balance in my life. So um, that's why I go live in the mornings. I am 52 years old and I cannot see without my glasses. And I get ready in the mornings and I put makeup on. So sometimes I don't have my glasses on and I cannot read the comments. So I do read the comments when it's all said and done. So bear with me if you're trying to talk to me. And I do put my glasses on from time to time to try to read what you're saying, but I cannot see without my glasses at all. I always, in the mornings, I always start with, hey, I have that question real quick. Is Sneed's Farmhouse in the bottom? Um, is that new? Like on Facebook, do you and YouTube, do you see Sneed's Farmhouse in the bottom screen? I'm just wondering because I see that. Oh, you do? I am fancy. Okay. Every morning, I tell you to go grab your protein shakes. Okay. And protein shakes for me is a Coke Zero. Okay. Okay. I'm a weirdo. So I hope that you have your protein shakes, whether it be coffee, Coke, whatever it is. Maybe you really do have a protein shake. Maybe you go the extra mile. But anyway, welcome to Sneak's Farmhouse. Okay. I look. Oh, shoot. Wait, hang on. Why is this not working? Oh, wait. I hit the off button. Okay. I fully get ready in the morning and I am too old to care about looking prim and proper as far as like being on live. I am not, I am myself. When you come to me live, I am Judy, okay? You see the raw end of me. I don't see here and look, I ain't looking for a boyfriend. I'm married. I'm 52. I'm over, all that like trying to be fake and stuff. Like I'm over that. I'm too old for that, right? So in the mornings when I get ready, look, y'all gonna be laughing because I am not worried. I'm probably not like any other girl in the world. I don't know. People are like, Judy, how do you do that in the morning and not care? I don't know. I'm just too old to care, I think. I just, how you get to a certain age and you're just like, I'm over it. Like, this is who I am. The people that love me will keep following. The people that think I'm crazy and that it's the stupidest thing in the world, they'll fall off the face of the earth. And we got us that stick around. We will become BFF. And I do not want to be just a creator. I want us to be friends. Like I want to get to know y'all. And so in order for us to get to know each other, we have to be ourselves, right? Because if we try to be someone we're not, I gotta let my curling iron. This is also a preaching stick. But I think it's important for us to be ourselves. And this is just who I am. At the end of the day, this is Judy. All right, a little bit about myself. I'm gonna tell you a little bit. Maybe some of you that have been following me for a while, you may not know all this, but I grew up in the Huffman area, which is more central Alabama, and I have two brothers. I have the middle child syndrome. I'm the middle child. You know what they say about middle child people? I'm the middle child. I'm the only girl. I'm the only granddaughter. And I'm the only girl on my mother's side, period. Now, not on my dad's side. So I grew up a little spoilt. I did, because I was the only girl, but also got picked on a lot by my brothers because boys are mean. Anyway, my parents were divorced they got divorced when I was in third grade. It affected me terribly. I can remember in school, I remember sleeping a lot, and I can remember getting sent to to like the counselor or whatever because I kept falling asleep in school. Um, so it was tough on me, and I was in sports my entire life. I was a cheerleader, dancer. I played softball, and I cheered year round. So I cheered for like basketball and football. Anyway, I spent a lot of my years at the ballpark. And so, can y'all see this okay? Can y'all see me okay? Um, I had a good life growing up. My mother busted her butt to provide for us as a single mom because she had 3 kids, and when my parents got divorced, I was in second or third grade, and my oldest brother is 12 months older than me, and my youngest brother is 5 years younger than me. So my youngest brother was just a baby when my parents divorced. And um, let's see, what else can I tell you? Um, I in high school, I was, I guess, more in the popular crowd because I was in sports, and it kind of helped that like my brother and I were so close in age. My brother and I both um, were in the same grade, so everyone thought we were twins. So it kind of helped because like his friends knew who I was, and my friends knew who he was. Anyway, and you know how like you're in high school and you fall in love, and it's the person that you're gonna marry for the rest, like you're gonna be with them the rest of your life. I fell in love actually in eighth grade. In eighth grade, and we dated from the time I was in eighth grade until I was a sophomore in high school. And I thought I was in love. You know how you do that kitty love or whatever. Anyway, he broke up with me, and I was devastated. Like I was devastated, and I began to um, go into this deep depression. It was awful. It was awful. So I struggled in high school my last 2 years with like just life in general. And I started, because I was so depressed, I started to lose track of my health, and I started gaining weight. And when you're a cheerleader or a dancer and you gain weight, it's noticeable. Like it's like because you're wearing uniforms and all that stuff. So I began to develop an eating disorder in high school. And to make a long story short, it led me down some deep, dark roads. And it followed me all the way until I was in my 40s. It was really, really bad. And it stopped. The eating disorder got better because, are y'all ready for this? For the people that are just joining me that just figured out who I am. It led me to the hospital where I was on dialysis. It was terrible. And that day changed my life though. You know how people say you have to hit rock bottom? Well, when you're on dialysis and you have 2 small kids, you think really quick that, okay, this needs to end. This is terrible. So I began to go into a rehabilitation center for my eating disorder, and I was able to accomplish like my eating disorder. And that happened in 2013, and I have recovered. Okay, I know you're cheering me on. So and that was hard. You know, when you have something like that and you're trying to overcome that, that is huge. Like, you know, first of all, it's embarrassing that you're in rehab because you starve yourself and make yourself, you know, like it's just embarrassing, especially because, you know, like when you have kids, they don't really know. I mean, I'm sure they knew, but they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't know how long I spent in the hospital to get better, to overcome my eating disorder. And I talk about this a lot. I talk in the mornings when I go live, I talk a lot about mental health. And I tell you my story simply because I hope to help you. And it may not be that you struggle with an eating disorder, but it might be that you struggle with something else. And you might can relate to me by seeing my recovery and the hard work that I put into it. And maybe me telling you my story will help you in your story. And so that's what I hope to do, because I have found that when you keep quiet about your some people live in the closet with their struggles because it's embarrassing. It's easy for you to talk about someone else's problems, but it's really hard to say what your problems are. And so I have found that me telling my story seems to help other people, because when you look at me and you see me upbeat and you see me the way I am, people think I have it all together, and I don't. Listen, I do not have it together at all. It is to this day, I don't really struggle with depression anymore. Um, it used to be really bad. Like, I used to not be able to get out of the bed. I used to not be able to go to work when it hit me. Sometimes I would even have to go on medical leave because I was embarrassed to tell people what was wrong with me. I mean, when you can't get out of the bed and people go, what is wrong with you? Well, Joker, I have no idea. If I knew what was wrong with me, I would have fixed this long ago, right? And you get those people that tell you, just stop being depressed, stop. Okay, yeah, Joker, you don't know what you're talking about. So I try to let you know that you're not alone. You have an Aunt Judy that lives in Alabama that can sit with you in the mornings to talk about balance and to talk about recovery and talk about farm life and how the farm changed my life. And I want you to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. Okay. We all struggle with something. And at the end of the day, we're all just alike. And I talk about it a lot, and I talk about balance and recovery. So, with that being said, what do we need to talk about today? This nappy head of mine. Okay, so I do like to tell you, if you're just joining me, we have a little bit of vocabulary words that we use at Sneed's Farmhouse. Okay, so and if you've been following me for a while, you know the vocabulary words. So bear with me. Be kind as people join us, because they don't know what we're talking about. Okay. And y'all just bear with me as my page grows, because it's important for us. Because, if I start talking about Cynthia hair, people are like, what is she talking about? Okay. So it's important for me to go over that. Okay. When you grab you a drink of your protein shake, because we need to drink about protein shake. Okay, so as you begin to put your life on social media, people are very opinionated, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my God, they're so opinionated. And they're going to tell you everything that's wrong. Like, Judy, you are so stupid for getting ready in the mornings on your live. Judy, your hair is a train wreck. Like, whatever. So, like, there's this. So I'm a people pleaser. Okay. When you're a people pleaser, it is you're weak. Okay. So just know that. But as my page grows and people are so opinionated, I gotta start working out and get tough, because you gotta be a tough little cookie to put your life on social media. Okay. You have to be tough as nails. Being a people pleaser does not work at all. So I have learned that when people are ugly, like not just little ugly, but when they're just terrible ugly, I began to name that situation after them because um, if I don't, I'll find myself in left field concentrating on what Susie Q said about me, and the next I'll be a train wreck. So I learned to laugh about it, and so um, and me and other creators, we have to like share with each other like the god awful, I shouldn't say god, that's ugly, the terrible comments that people say to us to tell us that we look ridiculous looking this way and all this stuff. We have to just send it to each other and go, look what I just got. Like I literally just got this letter in the mail telling me that I look stupid wearing this. People will do that. Okay. So there was this lady that told me that she said it looked you wait, how did she say it? She told me basically that my hair was a train wreck and that I looked like a grease pit. She said that it looked like I had not washed my hair in months, that I should be basically ashamed of myself for going live because I was no. It was one of my videos. I wasn't live. Um, it was one of my videos, and she said my hair looked like a grease pit. So I named my hair after her. So when I'm having a bad hair day, my vocabulary word for Sneeze Farmhouse is I have Cynthia hair. So we make a joke out of it. And so in the mornings when my hair is a train wreck, I say, y'all, my hair is Cynthia hair. I am a total train wreck today. So, and what it was is Cynthia thought that my hair was greasy when it was sweat. Because do you know how hot it is outside in Alabama? Okay. It is 100,000 degrees outside. And does Cynthia know that I work 90% outside and I sweat? It is called sweat, Cynthia. So anyway, so we talk about Judy having Cynthia hair. So that's one vocabulary word that we talk about. So if you hear me talk about that, you know what I'm talking about. All right, now it's time to put my makeup on. So let's switch gears and talk about my animals. I did a video recently about Shishi having her ultrasound and Shishi is pregnant. Do y'all know how excited I am? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am going to have baby piglets. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited because having my farm since 2020, I've experienced, every one of my animals having babies, but Shishi was 2 years old. Okay, let me tell you where I got her name. So I rescued Freddie. Freddie is my black potbelly pig. Okay. Do y'all want to take a screenshot of this and see how beautiful I look? Cynthia. Okay, anyway, Freddie's mother died during labor, and I got Freddie hang on. Oh, I don't have it on my phone. I have a picture. Freddie was like this big when I got him. He was the cutest thing, and he lived in my house. And so I got Shishi to go along with Freddie because I didn't want Freddie to be lonely. And so Freddie's fixing to be an uncle. Freddie is not the daddy. Boyfriend. I have 3 pigs. Boyfriend, Freddie, and Shishi. Fred is my stepdad lives with me, but my real dad has passed away. And so my dad's name was Fred. Okay. I hate that name. I'm like, what was my grandmother thinking naming my dad Fred? Anyway, okay, I don't hate the name. I just think it's weird. Anyway, so if your name's Fred, just know that name's special to me. So I named my pig Fred. He just looked like a Freddy. I mean, when I got him, I was like, this is such a Freddy. So I named my pig after my father. And so my father is married to my stepmother, and her name is Sheila. Okay. And my dad, like that baby talk, like when he would baby talk my stepmother, he would call her Shishi. He goes, Shishi, that baby talk. Okay. So naturally, if I named my pig Freddie, I had to name the girl Shishi. It just fit. So that's where Shishi's name actually came from. And my poor stepmother, she's still alive. And she was like, you named a pig after me. And I was like, I did, but she's the cutest pig I have. Like, she's precious. But her name fits. Like, it just fits. I can't imagine her being. I think I put on too much face. Let me just say this. If you're following me for the first time, don't watch how I put on my makeup, please, dear God. Please do not watch me put on my makeup, because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Like, don't follow me for makeup tips, because if you follow me for makeup tips, you're gonna be in trouble. So that's where Shishi's name came from. And she was 2 years old in March, and she's never been pregnant. And I was just like, yeah, what is the deal? Why is she not having a baby? But I had Freddie castrated. He was probably 6 months old. Freddie became a train wreck. Okay. He became a train wreck. So I got him fixed. And then one of I'm going to call her my best chicken friend. She's my best chicken friend. Her name is Tracy. And she was like, her friend had boyfriend. And she was like, Judy, you have got to have boyfriend for your petting zoo. And I was like, who the crap is boyfriend? And she was like, it's Kim's pig. And she was like, boyfriend is so gentle and he knows how to sit like a dog and all this stuff. And I was like, Shane is going to murder me if I bring home another animal. But who cares? He'll get over it. It's one of those situations. Girls, okay, if you're a man and you're watching me, I'm sorry that us women do this. But you know how sometimes you have to just ask for forgiveness and not ask for permission? Like, hey, do you mind if I add another animal to the farm? Because the answer is going to be no. Shane and I are a little bit opposite when it comes to that. Am I like looking that way? Like when I look into the camera, it feels like I'm looking in the opposite direction. Anyway, so I didn't really tell Shane that we were getting a pig. It's kind of like it showed up and he was like, what is this? And I'm like, welcome, we got a new pig. His name is Boyfriend. He's like, Judy. Anyway, so I got, Tracy was like, Judy, you've got to get Boyfriend. You've got to. And so when I first saw Boyfriend, I was like, that is the biggest pig I have ever seen in my entire life, because Freddie was little and she wasn't big at the time. Let's see, they were almost a year old when I got Boyfriend. And so Boyfriend came to the farm, and so that's who Shishi is bred by. They're purebreds, a Cooney Coon. Shishi's a Cooney Coon, Boyfriend's a Cooney Coon. And so they were never getting pregnant. And I was like, what is the deal? But I thought, this is probably a blessing, because I didn't want to, I like my animals to be together. I don't like to separate. I just feel like it's sad, just to put an animal over here in a pen and they can't play with the other ones. Like, it just feels like sad to me. And so I kept thinking, well, in the long run, it's a blessing that Boyfriend has not bred her, and I don't have to worry about having anyone castrated, and because I sure can't have pig. The gestation for a pig is the weirdest thing. I can't wait to get to heaven and talk to God about this. But it's 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Isn't that weird? Like, why can't it just be like 4 months? You know what I mean? But I don't know why God did that. But I am going to ask him when I get to heaven. I'm like, God, can we sit down and talk about the whole pig gestation? Because, like, what was your thinking behind that? Like, where did that come from? I'd like to talk to him about it. But anyway, so all this, I used to keep up with every time she went in heat. And then it just got to the point where I was like, she ain't getting pregnant. I'm going to quit doing this. So I kind of started making a mental note and go, okay, she's in heat. He's all in her business, because he would be all in her business and she would be rubbing up on him because she would want to be bred. So like the desire was there. There's just the connection was not happening. So I got the vet out here and I was like, is there something wrong? Like, is there, because boyfriend had been a dad before. So I knew it wasn't him. So I was like, what's wrong with she? Why is she not having babies? Like, what's the deal? And he was like, Judy, come over here. Come over here away from the pigs. And I was like, what? He's like, they're fat. I was like, that's so mean. Calling my pigs fat. They just call my pigs fat. I was like, golly. Take a sip of your protein drink. I'm like, who in their right mind calls my animals fat? So I was like, so then I got, the health talk, and I went to Kalmbach. If y'all don't know what Kalmbach is a feed company out of Ohio, and they have been sponsoring my farm for over 2 years. And so I went in April to meet them. If you haven't seen the video of that, you should go. If you're on Facebook right now, if you go to YouTube, there's a video out there about me Shane and I going to Kalmbach. It's a funny video. Anyway, so I went there to meet them and I did a photo shoot. Let's see. I don't know where it's at. Hang on, I'll show you. Give me just a second. So I went to Ohio, and this is a feed book. It has all the feed in it, So look who's on the cover. Oh! So I went to Ohio for a photo shoot because I'm on the cover of the feed book. And I got to sit down with all. So Kalmbach has a nutritionist for every single breed of animal. So the lady for the sows came, the nutritionist, the doctor came and talked to me because I wanted to talk to him about Shishi and Freddie and boyfriend's nutrition. So we began, because they had a big screen in there. So they began to pull up my Facebook page. And they pulled up my pictures of my pigs. And the nutritionist went, Judy. I was like, what? And she was like, I go, aren't they cute? She's like, Judy. Your pigs are obese. And I was like, I've never had a pig before. And I was like, they are? And they were like, yes. And I was like, well, that's what the vet told me. I was like, what am I supposed to do? And she was like, you're going to have to put those jokers on a serious diet. And I was like, oh, really? And she was like, they can only have 1 cup of food a day. And I'm like, that's terrible. I'm like, are you serious? Like 1 cup of food for that big old pig. Yes. And you've got to quit feeding them because, like when people come here, I like to show off that my pigs know how to do tricks. Well, in order to get them to do tricks, I have to feed them a strawberry or something like that. So she was like, no more fruit. Oh, Free loves strawberries. I was like, seriously? I mean, I thought in my head, fruits, fruit is a good choice, right? It's better than a Snicker bar. I'm saying. So, like, I thought it was a good, like, fruits and vegetables. You're always told to eat your fruits and vegetables, right? Well, I thought I was doing the right thing. And, fruits have sugar in them, natural sugar. And so I was packing on the weight because I was feeding them treats for them to do their tricks. So I left there going, well, dang, everybody's calling my pigs a bunch of fat butts. That's going to hurt their feelings. Just walking around calling people fat butts, like I was mad. I was mad. And so I was like, I guess I'll cut back. But it seems terrible that I can only feed them 1 cup of food. I mean, I feel like they're going to starve. But this is where education comes in, because pigs don't digest their food like a human being and other animals. They hold on to food. So they don't need as much, and they're grazers. So this is disgusting. So just drink your protein shake real quick so you don't throw it up when I say this. Okay, have you swallowed it? Okay, don't throw up. But like when my cows drop a big old patty on the ground, okay, well, the pigs come behind the cows and eat their doo-doo. I'm not joking. They eat everything. So I don't know. And this is, look, this is disgusting. This is probably too much information. But in my animals' grain, my cows, there's corn. Okay, well, don't be acting like you had never done this, okay? Don't be going, I've never. You know how, like, if we eat corn on the cob, sometimes when you go do number 2, there's corn there's corn. Are you eating your breakfast? And I'm ruining your breakfast. But sometimes it comes out. Well, it does with cows too, okay? So there's corn in their grain. And so when they poop, there's sometimes, isn't it weird how you can eat corn on the cob and you chew it up and then it comes out a whole kernel? That's going to be on my list to ask God when I get to God. How the heck do I eat corn on the cob, chew it up, and then it comes out whole? Like, how the heck does that happen? Like, why'd you do that? Anyway, so the pigs will go eat the poop because there's corn in there. So at the end of the day, I really don't know the calorie intake of my pigs because they eat hay, they eat cow poop. They don't eat the other poop. They don't eat like the goats. They look like the goats and the sheep poop like M&Ms. And it's the funniest thing because when kids come out here, I don't know why, but they're so fascinated when someone pees or poops in my farm. They're like, ah! I'm like, so I usually tell them when my goats and my sheep poop, I'm like, dude, that's an automatic M&M dispenser. You didn't even have to put a quarter in to get your M&Ms out because they look like little M&Ms. So I usually say that. But then I have to make sure that the kids don't go pick up and think they're M&Ms. So basically, you don't know how much calories your pigs are getting because they graze. So it's hard to calculate. But see, I think about nutrition and balance of the diet. I'm thinking, well, the grain has the proper nutrition in it. So I want to make sure they get the grain. Anyway, I was overfeeding my pigs, and that's why they couldn't get pregnant, because I was overfeeding them. So I think it was, so I went to Kalmbach in I can't find my daggum brush. Where is it at? I went to Kalmbach the 1st of April. And so when they told me that, along with my vet, that I basically was, you know, just like us, when we have extra pounds on, it's devastating to our health, right? It's the same thing with the animal. If they're overweight, you're putting their health at risk. So I was like, well, shoot, I don't want to do that. I mean, I love these animals, so I need to put them on a diet. So I didn't tell them. I was like, because if I had told she's a fat butt, come on, she's a girl, right? She would have gotten her feelings hurt. So I made sure that I did not say anything. I was just like, Mom's got you some new food. Come on, let's go brush your teeth. So I started cutting them back in April. Boyfriend dropped a ton of weight. Like, I mean, and I kept thinking, because sometimes what I have to do when I feed them is I don't feed them in a bowl, because what would happen is boyfriend would gobble his down and then go gobble everybody else's down. And poor little Freddy, my little piggy, he didn't get no food because boyfriend would be gobbling it all up, and then he would be this big. And then, so my vet, I think it was the vet. No, it was Tracy or Kim. They told me to throw it on the ground. I know that sounds disgusting, but I had to make them work for the food. So I don't put it in one pile. I put little bitty piles all over the pig pen, all over the pig pen. That way it's equal and they all have enough feed. So boyfriend started losing weight and she wasn't. And I was like, why ain't her butt losing weight? Is she like eating everybody's food? Like, what the heck? So like, and then I started thinking, wait a minute. She had been in heat. Wait. And so I kind of thought she was pregnant, because I kind of make a mental note when she goes into heat. And I was like, she hasn't been in heat in over a month. So she has to be pregnant. So I've talked to I got to take another sip. I talked to other pig people, and they said that their Cooney Coons didn't get pregnant for 2 years. So maybe that's the thing with Cooney Coons. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to have some baby. I can't wait. I've just got to make sure that these babies go to a good home. And I have to tell you, so it's a good thing. I tell you guys when I go live, Shane don't pay me no attention. He does not watch my lives. He ain't got time to watch my lives. So he has no idea. Like, I could totally trash talk him and he would never know it unless y'all told him. He would never know it. So I kind of why am I whispering? He's not here. I'm sorry I was whispering. I felt like he could hear me though. So that's why I was whispering. So I would like to keep one of the babies, but I wanted to keep a male and get it castrated at a young age. But y'all, I love my pigs. I would say they're my favorite, but I really don't think I have a favorite, because I really love Leroy. Leroy's my donkey, and me and him are BFF. But Leroy's not the type that's going to lay on the ground and let me get all over him. Right? He's not going to do that. But she and Freddie will. Like, I can get in the it's probably disgusting. You're probably like, wait a minute, Judy, you lay down on the ground. You sure do. I don't care. I am laying down in my farm and I am loving on these animals. I don't care. Like, I do not care. I mean, I make sure I'm not laying in poop. You know what I mean? If there's a poop ball, I kick it over. That's disgusting, isn't it? But when I started my petting zoo, or started training the animals, let's just say, even before the petting zoo, I am not having an animal that I can't like lay down with and love on. Like I want to just, like I just want to love them. I want to kiss them. I want to. One lady was like, because I taught Taterbug. Taterbug is um my baby alpaca, and I taught him to kiss me in the lips. And to this day, he kisses people that come into my farm. If you go, give me a kiss, he'll come up to you and kiss you. And so this lady was like, that is disgusting. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna kiss him. I do not care. I know maybe it's something a mom can only do. I don't know, because they're like, Judy, they lick their butt and then you can't. I don't know. Maybe listen. Someone said, Judy, you can get salmonella by doing that. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. If I die kissing my baby alpaca, it's the way I want it to go. Okay. At the end of the day, maybe I'll hit the headlines. Farmer, sneeze farmhouse girl kisses baby alpaca and dies. Okay, I may hit the headlines. I might be dead when I hit the headlines, but it's the way I want to go. I'm kissing my animals. It's just at the end of the day, it's just who I am. It's just who I am. And so, it's what I want to do. It's just what I want to do. And I do it. And I don't care what anybody says, because they're my babies. They're my babies. But I do see, I'm whispering again, like Shane's going to hear me all the way from 30 miles away. I want to keep one male. I don't want to. I want to keep one male pig and get it castrated. But I don't know how to break the news to Shane. I don't know how to break the news to him. But anyway, it might just not be able to find a home. Sometimes us as women, we just have to do what's best, right? And this one pig may not be able to find a home. I'm going to find a home. I'm going to keep looking for a home, but it may not ever find a home. Because I have found that if I raise the animal myself, like in my farm, they become so tame. You should see Cinco right now. Did y'all watch the birth of Cinco? This is some bright pink lipstick, but I used to hate it, and it's kind of starting to grow on me, but I'm not really a bright. I don't know. We'll see. I can't talk and put on lipstick, so give me a second. See, it's a little bright, but I'm feeling a little bright today. When I raise them from birth, they become, oh my gosh, such pets. And Cinco, the baby calf, oh my gosh, becoming so tame. He lets everyone, no, not he, she lets everyone pet her. She lets people take pictures with her. She lets me lay down with her. I want like Dexter and Dee Dee let me pet them, but I'm a little nervous to lay by them. Dee Dee was 8 months old when I got her. Dexter was 15 months. And they probably would let me do it. I'm just careful. I have to be mindful that they are a big animal. Now I can go out there and sit with them, but I want to sit beside them and put my arm around them. And I did not work with them as a little youngin to do that. So I don't want to, Dexter's a bull at the end of the day, right? Like I have to be careful. I have to be mindful that he is a bull at the end of the day. And so and plus he's huge. So if he got up quick, he might smush me. But Dee Dee has horns, But Cinco is not going to have horns. So Dexter has this gene, and I might say the word wrong, homozygous, homozygous. It's a certain gene that Dexter carries. So every single one of his babies will be polled. If you don't know what polled is, basically they'll be born with no horns. Dexter has no horns. So like a lot of people like that because horns are dangerous. So like like when you have a goat, if you want like all goats are born with horns, so for like if you're wanting to show a goat, they have to be dehorned. So like those are things that you have to get done by the vet, and it's also like a safety mechanism because sometimes they stick their head through the fence and then they can't get their head out because their horns get stuck in the fence. For like, so a lot of people will get a goat dehorned for safety mechanisms. So Dexter, you don't have to do that. He's all his babies will be born with no horns. So Cinco will have no horns. So I can begin to work with her. So what the boyfriend, my pig, came from Kim. Kim trains animals. Kim trained boyfriend. No, Kim trained one of her pigs to sit. That pig taught boyfriend to sit. Boyfriend taught Shishi and Freddie to sit. That's how smart pigs are. Okay. I did not teach them to sit. Boyfriend did. Okay. So she has a cow that she literally can get on its back. Now, I don't want to do that to Cinco, but I'm going to start working with Cinco for me to put my arm around Cinco and lay on it. Okay, lay on her, not yet. Lay on her. Because as she grows, I want to put my arm, I want to get out there and love. And people that have farms, I drive them crazy. Okay, because they're like, Jody, you can't do that. Oh, yes, I can. Watch me. Watch me. I can train these animals to do anything because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not putting on my mascara and I'm just talking. There is a difference, okay? And a cow or a bull that is in a big old huge pasture that grazes and breeds and does nothing, and the farmer never goes out there. There is a big difference in that and a petting zoo. Like Dexter has been in a petting zoo since he was 15 months old. He does not know any different. He is hands-on every day, all day long. Like Shane brushes him every single day. So he's not, I mean, yes, he could be mean. Yes, he could hurt someone. But Dexter is hands-on every single day. I am out there when I have Cynthia hair, it's because I'm out in my petting zoo all day long with people. And when people are not here, I'm cleaning. I'm laying on the ground with them. So like there's a big difference in a lot of like let's say elderly, like when I say elderly, like older people that raise cattle, they're like, Judy, I am not going in there with that bull. I'm like, okay, you can sit over here. And then me and everybody go in there and they're like, wait a minute. How does Dexter do that? I'm like, Dexter doesn't know any different. And see, that's what I teach parents when they come to my farm is this is my preaching stick. It's a vocabulary word. Okay. It is a curling iron, but when I'm trying to get my point across, I get my preaching stick out. Okay. And I'm here to tell you, parents and grandparents, if you do not teach your kids, your grandkids to be different, like discriminate, all those things, they won't know any different. I'm telling you right now, which is what has been proven in my farm. If you teach them not to be any different, like when they start fighting, I'm like, oh, no. Bobby Joe, no. No. And then when he does the right behavior, I go, thank you. Thank you, Bobby Joe. And I begin to praise them. It's the same thing with the kid. Animals are the same way. If you discipline and then praise them, they will do whatever you tell them to do. They will. I'm proof of that. They will. And it's such a, why do we do this? I'm talking about. Anyway, sorry. Hang on. So I plan to teach Cinco to let me lay on her because I want to cuddle. I know it's not, I know I drive you. If you're a farm person, you're like, oh, she's over the top. I am. I'm extra. When it comes to my animals, I'm extra. But how cool would it be? You know how, like, when I'm in my farm and I lay back on Shishi, how cool would it be if I was able to do that with Cinco? Okay, y'all watch me. Y'all watch me. I'm going to get Cinco there. I'm going to get her there where she will literally let me lay on her. She'll get there. She basically is almost there right now. She's so tame. And Tate, oh my gosh. Okay, so this week, let's talk about Tate. Taterbug is my baby alpaca. I had someone come that owns an alpaca. She owns alpacas and she has a lot of experience with alpacas. And she came and did the proper fitting. So alpacas can't breathe out of their mouth. So if they don't have on the right halter, it can cut their breathing off and kill them. So you have to make sure their halter is placed. Well, when they're babies, it's sometimes hard to find the right halter that fits them. So I wanted to begin to train Tate to get on a halter now because he is 6 months old. So it's time for me to start training him on a halter. So she came and helped me place a halter on him that fit. So I'm beginning to work with him. He's getting there. Okay. The next step, this is one of those things that I'm probably going to have to whisper because I don't want Shane to hear me. That's 30 miles away. But this week, I'm going to see if I can get Taterbug in my Jeep in the back and go to the store with me because I don't listen, I'm not a travel petting zoo. I do not want to I don't want to take my animals anywhere. Okay. I have zero desire. Zero. It's like that camera's backwards. So I'm getting like when I point over here, I'm over here and it's so confusing. Anyway, so I want to do it for me and Taterbug's pleasure. Like I want to take him in to PetSmart or Tractor Supply or Chambers. Like I want to take him with me. And so I'm going to, he's been on, I put the halter on him Friday, and he's already got it down path. He doesn't mind me walking him around now. So that was a quick learn. So the next step is to walk him to my Jeep and then get him to get in my Jeep. That's the next step. So he's going to have to be in the back of the Jeep, but I don't want to stress him out. So it's going to have to be a slow process. The halter thing went great. It was like literally a couple of days. So I don't know how the transition to my Jeep, but I'm going to, when I had Ruger is my baby goat. And, I tell him to go get his shoes on and he knows he's going for a car ride and he loves it. He is like a dog in my car. He literally doesn't try to cause ruckus. He literally sits in the seat and does not move. He does not move. But I had to graduate him to, it's like a big, huge storage container that I have to put him in because his panties don't fit anymore. So for him not to use the bathroom in my car, I have to put him in that crate kind of thing. It's not a crate. It's It's like a storage bin. It doesn't have a top on it. But Ruger sits back there. So that way, if he does his business, he's not pooping and peeing all in my car. But he used to sit in the front seat when he had his panties on. Um, uh, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. So my next step is to teach Taterbug to go with me. And I know I curl my hair and then I put it up because it's hot as Hades. So anyway, thanks for joining me this morning. I hope that y'all have a great Monday. I think I want to do this. I don't know. It's so hot. Cynthia, is this okay or does it just look like a train wreck? It's a train wreck. But listen, I'm going to get so hot that it will not matter because the second that I walk out there and start like doing waterers and feeders, I'm going to be soaking wet. So it's at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's going to look like I'm a grease pit. All right, guys. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock. We've been here an hour. Thanks for joining me. I hope that you have a great Monday. Mondays can be hard, right? Because it's Monday. But it's usually Monday's the week you start over. You know how like you'll go, I'm going to start a diet Monday. I'm going to, it'll be Friday and you're like, I'm going to pig out because Monday I'm going to start a diet. So today's Monday. Today's the day that you can start over. So I would love for y'all to think about starting over today with something that you're trying to accomplish, whether it be something simple as I need to read more. I need to walk. I need to drink more water. I need to exercise happiness. I really need to clean out my closets. I really need to mop these floors. I really need to, whatever it is, today's the day to start over. Okay. So I hope whatever that you've been trying to accomplish and you can't seem to accomplish it, I hope today that you can, because what happens is when we don't accomplish those things that are in our mind, then it feels like things start getting chaotic and it gets overwhelming. So in order to complete your day, I hope that you will accomplish that task that you've been trying to accomplish, because sometimes life gets in the way and it's hard. I do need to update you on my dad. My dad is my stepdad, and he stays with me majority of the time. He's, if you're just following me for the first time, he has a cancer scare. So I took him to the doctor and they redid his blood work. It's still bad. So the next step is biopsy. So they called me Friday and his biopsy is not till September the 20th. Really? So that was the earliest they could get him in. The doctor assured us that waiting to September the 20th was not going to make a difference in the cancer. Like if it's there, it's there. And it's not like it's going to kill him if he doesn't have the biopsy done to the 20th. The bad part is like it's his prostate cancer. And so they told me that he was going to have like a cleanse before his procedure. And it's not a drinking cleanse. You get me? It's the cleanse. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Anyway, so like, we've got to do that. And then he's got to take antibiotics 2 hours before the procedure. And they're going to give him a Valium to take it. The procedure, the biopsy will be done in the office. And then once they determine what type of cancer it is, apparently there's different types of prostate cancer. I don't know. There's an aggressive aggressive, and then there's a not so aggressive. And she said that the treatment depends on what type of cancer it is. So it might be a slow a slow growing cancer that might not need any like major treatment, but then it might be a fast growing cancer that has to have surgery and follow up with treatment. So it really just depends on what it is. So the procedure September. The hard part is that's right in the middle of my field trips. So my dad comes first. So if you're a teacher or school following me right now and you're like, I want to do a field trip, um, I'm probably not gonna be able to do field trips much in October because it's gonna depend on him. Because I can't book you and then tell you in September that I have to cancel it. I'll have disappointed kids. So I'd rather just not book the field trips for October because of him. Um, but I will be able to book them in November. I already have a lot of field trips in November. So if you're wanting to get on my schedule, that you'll need to schedule call me. Um anyway, so keep him in your prayers because he is very nervous. He has a lot of fear when it comes to medical. His uncle passed away when he went under anesthesia for a simple procedure when my stepdad was little. So he has a lot of PTSD from that. So he fears any kind of medical procedure. He goes into having some severe anxiety that causes him not to be able to eat, and it causes him to pace the floor, and it causes him to worry. And so it becomes very stressful to Shane and I when we have to deal with that because it's not easy to deal with. But at the end of the day, that's true anxiety for him. Those are true fears to him. So I have to be sensitive to his feelings because he fears that. And so it makes it difficult. I talk about balance. This is also a balance stick, but I talk about balance. And so if I'm not careful, I'll get off balance because I'm trying to juggle tours and field trips and going to schools and taking care of animals on top of my dad. And, when he has anxiety and he needs me and I'm trying to be pulled in 45 different directions, you get me. We all have this, right? And you're pulled in 45 different directions and you're like, I just need a break. I just need 5 minutes to myself. So I just am trying to keep myself balanced, do all this because he needs me right now. He needs me to be strong, and he doesn't need me to be off balance because his life's off balance right now. So, anyway, that's the update with him. All right. I know that other creators like they go live at the same time every week, so you guys can like know that like such and such is going live on Sundays at 7 o'clock or whatever. It's hard for me to do that because of my dad and because of field trips and tours. I'm going to try to tell you when I'm going to go live, but I don't always know. So when I go live, it is generally at 7 o'clock in the morning every single time because it's usually the only time I can go live. I might pop in and go live every blue moon. Like I went live this weekend at 12 o'clock or something. So I try, but you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to go live. When I do go live, it's at 7 o'clock in the morning because it's the only time I have time. All right. So I'll try to update you when I go live. I do my best, but half the time I don't. I'm ADHD and it's all I can do. Like I don't follow tasks well. So I don't want to tell you that I'm going live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 o'clock because I will let you down. I will let you down because my life does not work that way. So Thanks for joining me this morning. Let me put my glasses on. I will read my comments. You know that. I will go back after I do animals. I will come back and I will read every comment. So if you've taken the time to comment, thank you. And I promise you, I will read them and I will try to like or respond. So I hope that this Facebook, YouTube worked well together because I had to pay money to do it. Yeah, the good thing about having social media is everything has a cost behind it. So, so um, I was hoping after paying the money that it would work. And apparently it has worked. Thank goodness, because um, um, hopefully it worked. It seems like I have YouTube and Facebook comments at the same time. So I'm thankful. And it shows that I have 131 people watching. So thank you very much, 131 people, for watching this morning. Okay. Today you have two choices in life. Okay. You can sit it out. You can sit on the couch and sit it out and go, you know what? Today I'm not doing nothing. And that's okay. But sitting on the couch, you can make a difference in someone's life and you can dance. So today, when you have that choice to sit it out or dance, I so hope you dance. I love you guys. You make a difference in my life every single day. And I thank you. I'll see you next time.